lately I've been kind of thinking about some of the recommendations that you've been mentioning as far as like some of the music talents that
Lil
you
that Lil Yachty. Did you listen to Lil Yachty?
I did it just off the strength of this is Yachty. but but I thought about it for a second. I was like, nah. I'm like, Yachty. What ended up happening though was there's a guy that I used to listen to quite a bit. I actually mentioned him to you. His name is Andy Mineo. Right. So when I was looking at just some of the artists that I would normally listen to as far as like Christian artists go, Andy Mineo is one of the guys that I really like. I've always liked Andy Mineo as an artist. He's one of those guys who I think kind of like similarly believes the same way that I do in a lot of respects, where like, you obviously believe in the tenets of biblical scripture, and you live that way, but it's not that holier than thou, in your face, like nigga. Slam it, like it's
Did
like,
you pray today? Did you pray today, nigga?
Yeah, bro. It's not like super, because it's not. And that's a whole nother topic as far as like religion and Christianity, but like, it's living your life as an example, right? That's kind of like the way that I view Christianity is actually being an example, not like forcing stuff on people, because whatever you read when you read in scripture, that's how.
If the predominant Christian culture was like that, Christians
probably will be received better.
Their PR team need to work on that one.
Christianity I think will be received better. People live out that way, actually lived out that way. So that's what I'm big on, is actually living out the Christian experience. So he but he's dope though, like as just like in like a hip-hop artist. Like, I mean, he's dope. Like, he has this album called Neverland 2, right? Like I listened to the first Neverland because I've already had I bought it like a long time ago when it first came out. Like, I was like following him consistently.
What year was that?
Where was I at?
What year was
what year was that? I know that Neverland 2 came out 2021. Neverland came out a couple years before that. I want to say like 2019, 2018, 2019. Mm-hmm. I have to check and see, but I think it came out. I'm pretty sure it came out a couple years before. But I like Neverland. Neverland was good. But Neverland 2, I think he took it to another level, just as far as substance, artistry,
so this
creativity.
Is a play on the whole Peter Pan thing, kind of.
I believe so. I believe so, but it's a play on that, but it's also like a play on like just his growth in his faith, and what he's learned about his faith, and how and discerning the people around you, right? The people who say they're Christian, or people who say they are of this creed as far as his faith goes, but aren't really like that for real. Like identifying snakes in the grass, people who exploit Christians or exploit religious groups, things like that. There's a whole dark side to it. Let's just say there's a whole dark side to it.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. So and that's why I've always harped on to like people, like, you have to really get to know a person to see if they're really genuinely about their life for real, as far as the faith goes. But that's a whole nother topic. Like, you really got to see their seeds and really see how they move. But as far as the album goes,
so this is what you've been on lately, you saying?
Yeah. Because I was gonna explain to you like kind of like just the premise of the album itself touches on any stuff that we even talk about. It talks about the political climate. This is the Christian, right? Say to how it is. This is the Christian. So he's like, talk about the political climate, talk about father issues, talks about substance abuse, talks about his marriage, conflicts in his marriage. Like, this guy is so transparent. I'm like, bro, like, how could you not like this guy? Like, and it's so he does the thing that you mentioned before, where like the song bleeds. It's other, bro. Okay. Trying to tell you, I'm trying, and just for you dunk writers, he got songs with the knock in the trunk too.
So if you got a little gorilla in the back, huh?
if you have an affinity for 808s and loud snares, he has some fire beats that got that. I mean, fire joints. Like, okay. It really took me back, because I was like, man, this guy, I feel like I can have a genuine conversation with this guy. Like I feel like I can go somewhere and talk to this guy and hang out with him. Like that's how it felt.
Have you ever
listening
thought
to,
to go see him live or anything?
I had a. There was one time because I do want to go see him live. There was one time he was actually in Silver Spring, Maryland. He had a show at the Fillmore. It's a popular venue in Silver Spring. Really, actually, a popular venue on the East Coast. Actually, people know about the Fillmore in Silver Spring, Maryland. But I didn't have a chance. I literally passed by and I saw a line. I was like, "Who is this line for?" And I saw it said Andy Mineo. I was like, "Oh, that's my guy." But then, like, I was like, I think I was going somewhere, and I was like, I didn't even know about it. So I was like, man, I do want to go to the show.
No, just go to his website, man. Look at the tour dates.
Oh yeah,
look at the show dates, man.
Listen, I'm definitely gonna do it because I've seen footage of his shows and it's lit.
Okay,
I mean, it's dumb.
It's
lit.
crazy. Talking in tongues and everything. Right?
Listen, it's all that and more. It's all that and more.
Okay.
And the thing I like about him, as well is that like he's big on like sneaker culture. And you know how I feel about sneaker culture. So he's big on sneaker culture and fashion. So I'm really into that. Like I really like that. So it's like he shares a lot of similarities that I have as a person. I think that's why I really connected with him. And specifically on this album, especially when he talks about like father issues, and like personal issues like in his marriage, things like that. Like his transparency, man, is just like that alone will pull you in to like really try to like, yo, this guy is a vibe. So that's kind of what I've been vibing on recently. It's called Neverland 2. I think definitely you guys should check it out. Regardless of what you believe in, it does. I don't think that really matters. I think the substance of what he's addressing, I think people will appreciate. So,
all right, so make sure you send me the info so I could put it in the show notes so folks could check it out.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
I will piggyback off of the transparency part because what I've been vibing on lately is this new RAYE album, RAYE, RAYE.
Yeah.
My 21st Century Blues.
What kind of? Oh, I was going to ask what kind of genre is that?
So here's the thing. She is. I guess you could call it. She makes great music. The thing is, I'm listening to her album these past several days, and it's almost like a movie. Right? I'm not saying there's this one album I listened to that was really like a movie. I'm actually gonna recommend that at some point. But this one, I mean the movie because it's so dramatic. The music is dramatic, you know. It's like earnest. You know what I mean? It's earnest. It's like she is bleeding her emotions onto the sheet music almost.
That's interesting.
But it's just a little weird that she calls it blues, you know what I mean? But I think she means blues almost in the sense of like sadness. So RAYE is more like a if you can mix like a Nina Simone with an Alicia Keys.
Right? Yo, that's see now you might be exaggerating, bro. That's
I'm not saying she's the I'm not saying
that's like super Saiyan level 4. Like,
no. I'm not saying she's the embodiment of this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I'm like, if you like Nina Simone, if you like Alicia Keys, matter of fact, one of her the influences in her up and coming career is Jill Scott, you know, and Jill Scott is great at storytelling. She's great at setting a scene. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you're on that long walk with her. You know what I mean? You like
I see what you did there.
And so she does the dramatic thing with her. Matter of fact, she's a lyricist. She's
I can always appreciate lyricists.
She wrote for Beyonce.
So she was a ghostwriter for real.
Yeah, she was. She's right. And so like she gets to do her own music now and stuff. But when you talk about transparency, here's the thing with this album. She's being very vulnerable. Yo, it's like she's writing about addiction. She's singing about insecurity, body dysmorphia, even sexual assault. This song is called Ice Cream Man. That's one particular song. And the song is a bop. It's a bop. You're like, okay. But then you listen to the lyrics It's one of that juxtaposition type of thing where it's like,
I see
you
what
know
you're doing.
how they did with Pumped Up Kicks, that Pumped Up Kick song. Oh, the little kid with a pumped up. It's like it's such a little vibrant song, but it's about mass shooting. You know, and so a lot of there's several tracks that are like that, but overall the music and the background that plays in is just so dramatic, and it just sets up a whole scene for you, you know. And she does have elements of like some old school. She said she mentions that she was like on like exclusively listening to like old stuff, you know what I mean, like some older music to get inspired and to like set her up for this being her debut album. She's a British a British singer now, a songwriter, and she ended her contract with her previous record label, and so she's this is her new solo first thing. And she even had a feature with 070 Shakes 070 Shake, which is a British rapper singer kind of thing.
Okay,
which is dope. If I remember, do I remember the shake? Yeah, that's what it was. So listen to 070 Shake too. They make great music. But this album is gonna give you can tap your toe to it, you know what I mean, you could shake, you could shimmy your shoulder to it,
okay,
you know what I mean, you could probably throw it back a little bit to it, but
okay,
if you're not paying attention, you know, you realize there's a deeper message that's going on in what and what is going on in the artistry there. And I'm always appreciative of like artistic bodies of work, you know, like there's a meaning, it's well thought out, it's laid out properly and well, you know, there's an entire environment that you set when you do it, and it has one of those things that has a good intro. Right? It isn't the best intro. I'm talking about like that first track. Like, how do you start? Boom, this is how you start off an album. You know what I mean? Like that lets me know, like, oh, I need to sit up for this one. You know what I mean? Let me pay attention. And so this has a good start. It's a smooth start, but it's not very dramatic, but it's a smooth start, and it's a good start. It's not blues music. It's a little poppy, you know what I mean? But there's some jazz in there. But there's also old school elements that you'll find surprising that she sprinkles into the art. So definitely check out that album. One other thing, I'm just gonna make this quick mention. Also, another vibe is, man, I appreciate good TV shows, good series, and I'm also a gamer. I can see it in the back. You know what I mean? That Last of Us.
Yo, is it because first of all, the game is phenomenal. Like first of all, anyone that knows about, okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna be a man about it.
Did you play out the entire game?
No, I didn't. I only played a little bit. But I just want to mention. I just want to mention this, that I mean, I have an Xbox Series X. My brother has a PS5. PS5s, they right now they hold the throne to the best single player games. They just got it. Facts. God of War, Red Dead. I mean, Red Dead now is on Xbox now too. But like, you know, God of War, obviously, Last of Us, Uncharted was one of those franchises that were amazing too. I mean, you know, I mean, it's just like PS5 got it right now. I give it to y'all. Last of Us though is insane. Like, it's a
movie. You're playing a video game movie.
And that's the reason why Uncharted series. That's the reason why that series was winning, because that series was a movie. Like it became a movie. It became a movie. Yeah. But like the way that the game was built, it was built like a movie. And like PS5 saw the success of Uncharted. I personally, I think Uncharted 4 was the best one. Because Uncharted 4 was amazing. If you haven't played it, it's amazing. But like, they saw the success of Uncharted, and they were like, "Yo, we can do this with God of War." God of War is starting to become like a movie. If you kind of can,
it's gonna be
a movie. It's gonna be exactly. And obviously, you see Last of Us. You see HBO.
Now mind you, I love series more than movies, because you have way more time to develop a character.
Oh, absolutely.
But God of War is just so big, you got to make it a movie.
Oh, God of War is going to be, you
got to make it a movie.
Yeah.
It's just so big.
Yeah, but just to kind of add on to your point, and I know you're going to finish up your point with Last of Us, like, Bro, if you haven't, I'm talking to all the people out there who are gamers. If you haven't played, if you're a gamer, you know about Last of Us. Like, let's keep it a beam. But like, we know how good
you gotta know about it.
Yeah, you gotta know about it. Like 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 Last of Us is it's top tier to elite. Like, but yeah, I just want to say that because it's amazing how like games are now the better games are now becoming movies now.
Bro, they made a not Dungeons and Dragons. What was it? I think they
made a
Dungeons and
Dragons
movie.
Yeah, they just
made a movie for that.
Yep.
You know, so they freaking what you call it had a movie, Doom.
Doom.
I think
The
Rock. I think Rock.
Yeah, with the Rock. Yeah.
So like some of these things are being adapted, you know, to big screen.
Resident Evil
stories. Resident Evil.
Yep.
Right. You know, these things are being adapted in or adopted for the big screen and they're or even here in the small screen with Fallout. Not Fallout. Which another great game I love.
Yeah, Fallout's another good one.
But
yeah.
I could see Fallout being a series. I could totally see Fallout being a series. And Fallout would be a comedy, like a dramatic comedy, I think. But give me my damn 10% when y'all come up with this.
Big facts.
Yeah, Last of Us though is
I didn't know the series was gonna be like that though.
I love the way, bro. And if you and I played all of them, so it's like
so you really know. Okay.
They like they like got some elements that are like that's from the game. That's from the game. They did it for the gamers. But even though the Last of Us storyline was already great just in the game, they got some permissions to for the bigger picture create some.
They dramatized it a bit more.
Other dramatizations. They added a couple of things that weren't part of the game, but even those things don't stray away from the path of they don't stray away from the path of the game. You know,
well, that's good.
I'll say this. I think it's a great show if you're looking for the drama. If you're looking for suspense, it's a bit of a thriller as well. If you're there for the art, it's an amazing first 3 episodes. I almost don't want to watch anymore, so I can let it build up so that I can binge it. Right? I'm like, okay, it's good. This is good. I've seen enough because now it's got me on the bro. I can't. Oh, man, next week.
Now you feeling
you know what I mean? No, I'm just like, you know what? Let me just cancel it for myself. I'm not gonna watch anymore. I'll just get on some other stuff. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm still on this God of War.
You know, I kind of want to wait on it a little bit. Then that's the case.
Yeah, to get all of them. I kind of
want to wait on it. Yeah, to get all of them. Yep.
But with the damn social media these days, they be
everybody gonna be spoiled.
Everybody be on it and stuff like that. So
especially if it's a popping show, it's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah, so I don't know, but, you know, I might just get some pressure. I'm just gonna have to, you know, I'm gonna check out this episode, or maybe I could do it like a couple episodes at a time. You know what I mean? I'll just let a couple episodes build up in the stash, and then I'll just watch 2 back-to-back ones or something like that. But yeah, man. So check out RAYE's album, My 21st Century Blues, The Last of Us, and who did you have there?
Andy Mineo, Neverland 2. Check it out. Just a quick update on that. Yeah, the first one, Neverland, came out 2014. I didn't realize it was that old.
Oh, okay.
But Neverland 2 is the one that I was talking about. That came out 2021.